Low key, I got to figure out how to get in contact with Fonte. I want to get Fonte on my other show.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that'll be man. Yeah, that'll be super smooth, bro.
Yeah, I think he's funny enough to hold his own. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time though. Where we at? Tony Baker. Show your face, Buster. We're already on YouTube. Trying to figure out the best way to.
So Tony Baker over there, he got to close those Pornhub tabs.
Hey, we got people already signing in. What's up, Jennifer Rivas? What's up, Hippie Goes? We have Studgy, Gurgit, Pretty Chatty, Demario, One O Dutch, Tiki, Nikki P. What's going on? Dorth Titus. What's up with everybody? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all pulling up. It's gonna be a short day. We got a special guest in the house too. I was trying to wait till Josh pulled it up. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk all at once. But you know, Josh is who he is, man. I don't know what's going on with him. Actually, let me call him because Josh isn't usually late without calling or giving a heads up. So let me. Josh, you good? He might have forgot. I don't know how, but he might have forgot. You know what I'm saying? So today we're listening to Oddisee. The name of the project is called Odd Cure. It is in the description or the title rather. I've been an Oddisee fan for a little while now. And actually, my brother that's on right now, who I'm going to introduce, is the guy that actually put me on Oddisee. So we're going to talk about it in 1 minute. Josh says he's finishing up. So as he finishes up, we will get it going. But give me 1 second, guys. Let me turn this air on because it's getting kind of warm up in this thing.
Getting warm.
Man, that heat is getting real out here, bro. It's gonna be a hot one this weekend.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not looking forward to it.
it's humid out here in DC.
Not really am looking forward to it, but we gonna make it do what it do. Yeah. All right. One second, guys. I'll be right there.
Yo, I see you got that Childish Gambino vinyl.
Oh yeah. Got the vinyl. I got the exclusive joint that came with the goggle thing and all of that. So, Tony, what's going on, man? Tony, Josh, I just did what y'all wanted to do today. Niggas don't be respect the time, man. And Tony gonna be like, "What? I was here. You ain't here, Tony. That don't count, bro." Look of it.
Oh my God.
We all got stuff to do, Tony. Oh, you heard all of that, huh? Ho. A whole of an individual, Tony Baker.
What happened?
I was trying to have a whole conversation with you.
Oh, I didn't have the sound hooked up.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, as Josh comes on, I want to give a quick introduction to my boy that's on here. This is DJ Clean from the DC area, man. He has DJ'd the biggest, the best clubs and tours all over the United States. One of my good friends, man, I first met this brother. He was staying in the hood in DC, but he was the only black guy that was longboarding. They had never even seen a longboard in the hood before. He was longboarding and listened to rock and all of that. But Clean has put me on so many artists. He put me on. He's actually responsible for putting me on Big Crit in 2010.
Oh man.
Yeah, you put me on Big Crit in 2010. You actually put me on Oddisee. because he's a good friend of yours and he's on your project as well.
Yeah.
When I was a tour manager, Anthony worked with me on Truth. He had this device that was toned. It was literally like maybe just a little bit bigger than this. This is my eyeglass case. A little bit bigger than this. And he DJ'd a whole party off of this thing. I'm talking about with all of that from this little machine when we were on tour in St. Louis. It's just a hell of a dope time. So, yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, man. Super glad to have my brother here. And I thought it was appropriate to have somebody from the DMV, DC area on here. And I'm going to let you know, and we ain't holding no punches. You know, I'm a fan of Oddisee. I got the clothes. I got St. Louis Oliver. I got his album somewhere in here, the vinyl. But we don't hold no punches, man.
Hey, man, go for it. Go for it, brother.
Right. Just as long as you know. Just as long as you know.
I look forward to it, man. I look forward.
You also put me on Tyler for real. I feel like you kind of gave me that the go ahead to give him a second look, because after the video I was like, I don't know what to think about this guy. But you was like, nah, man, Tyler's dope. And you gave me the go ahead and look at him for a second time. And I'm glad I did, because actually Tyler's a very talented artist and somebody I really respect in that lane. Oh, yeah.
Musically, he developed crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jocelyn's like, he getting in trouble. He's getting reprimanded. And another thing. Well, no, I had hung the sheets up over there, Mom. That's not what I asked you to do, Joshua. There is it.
Got the Ali. Man, you got the full podcast set up, man. Let me.
You in here talking wild about it. Here, say it louder. Say it again now that you're unmuted. Go ahead, man.
I don't have to say it again. I said it once. You weren't here. That's on you, my boy.
I'm gonna text you something real quick.
Boy.
I'm gonna text you something real quick. Hold on. Yeah.
I ain't gonna look at that shit.
Man. What's up, Josh?
Oh.
What's happening, man? Welcome.
What up, Clean? What up, Tone?
What's happening?
Living, bro. Living.
Maintaining
In these streets.
Wild times.
Oh,
man.
COVID streets.
The COVID streets. Man. Sick of
to the tardiness.
Bro, I was looking at my feed last year, y'all, and I was like at a music festival having a good time. It was a beautiful situation.
When was this?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the pre-COVID life.
Pre-COVID.
It was different times, man. It was good times out there. Traveling, people.
You took it for granted, Tone. That's what we did. Y'all took the baggage tags for granted. That's what it was, man. If y'all had been more appreciative of me putting those baggage tags in your bags and switching out your clothes and different suitcases, we wouldn't be here. But you're ungrateful.
You know what, man? I'm sick of to hear the past.
Still sick of to hear. You can hear that over again.
I'm tired of it.
Same with Will. He's sick of you too.
Man, he'll just be talking now.
I'm sick of your black tank top. That's what
I wear, man.
I'm sick of it.
He's out the crib, man.
You be wearing dingy white wife beaters under every shirt.
I told you we're gonna stop calling it that, and it's not dingy, okay? Because the amount of
low rent, man.
It's called a tank top, Tony. Okay.
Look like you served time and got out.
That's what the black one looked
like. On good behavior, but it was like I had that one incident.
That black tank top screams black Air Force One behavior.
I was just about to say that.
You can't be.
You know what? Black Air Force One's got a bad rap. Sometimes they're suitable. I don't know, man.
Never suitable. They're never appropriate, Joshua. You have way too many.
Never.
I don't like the racial implications of bashing the black Air Force One when the white gets praised. I'm not with it.
Right, man.
Oh, but you're okay saying wife beaters.
Well, the white wife beater is dingier. Same with shoes, same with clothing. Your white stuff is gonna get dirtier faster.
I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the term wife beater over what is actually called a tank top. You understand me?
You switching narratives. You were just saying that the black Air Force One is the villain of the Air Force One game. Why is that?
Because it's black.
Why is the white one praised and acceptable and the black one isn't?
My point is, I don't like
the thing with the Chris Whites though is once they get a little dirty in a crease, you throw them out, you get a new pair.
It's
Mhm.
done. You got 3 wears on that white Air Force. Those were Air Force Ones you had on the other day.
I
You can
still
only
got
wear
them.
them 2 more times. The 2
I've
more,
worn them every day since you seen me, Tony Baker.
and they
You're
probably
lucky-
curled up and
You're lucky it was
dingy.
turf out there,
You're
man.
lying. You're lying. You know how I take care of my shoes. All my shoes get special treatment. Every pair of shoes has a toothbrush specifically for their pair of shoes. That's how I treat my shoes. They're important.
That takes so
Black
much
Air
time.
Force Ones, they matter.
They.
Wow.
I don't even rock Air Force Ones like that, but I don't like the implication.
Okay, Tony Baker. All right, get off your soapbox. I'm sick of it.
Hey.
So today we're listening to Odd Cure by a rapper named Oddisee. Oddisee is an amazing artist out of the DMV area. I think Prince George. He's like from the Prince George area.
Yeah, I think he's from PG County.
Very amazing lyricist, but also an extremely dope beat maker as well. He has out albums with him rapping, but then he has like whole albums that are just beat tapes. All of his catalog, for the most part, can be found on Spotify or Apple Music. Yeah, man, just a super dope artist, super chill brother. Like I said, my boy DJ Clean also has done a couple projects with them, and DJ Clean has a project coming out called Love Skillet, and Oddisee is on there as well. I'm hosting the joint. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a good project. So looking forward to this. I will say that one of the first things that I noticed about this project when I first saw that it was going to be posted last night was that it had like just as many skits as it had songs. And y'all know how I feel about skits on albums.
Yeah.
It just drives me goddamn crazy. But I can
A skits on? Oh.
skits. It's skits. It is skit heavy, man. It is skit city.
What's up with the skits in 2020, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess some artists maybe want you to see where the inspiration from the song came from. And like I said, Oddisee is one of my favorite rappers, man, lyricist wise. But I don't need all the skits, man.
Maybe
but I will say I
would
appreciate
be, music though.
Huh?
Maybe his skits would be actual music.
Maybe. I appreciate them being individual tracks, so I don't have to listen to the music track and then listen to that. So
I was listening to his live stream, and he said that I think he scrapped the project he was doing before and just made this during COVID. So the turnaround is crazy. I was like, bro,
yeah,
a whole project in less than 4 months.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
That's crazy.
Actually, we were talking to Katori Walker. He did his project. What did he say, Josh? He did it in a month.
30 days while he was at Coachella.
That's
when
crazy.
he was at Coachella, man, it was crazy. So I'm always amazed and impressed when artists can do that. But yeah, man, I'm looking at the project right now. We have Oliver St. Louis on there, who he travels with. He travels with Oliver St. Louis and his band, and Raph Real and a couple others. But it's not a whole lot of features on here. So I think we should do track 1 and 2 together because it's a skit and in a song. I feel like that would go well together, and then we just roll into it, and then we can rate The Cure, which is the actual song, right after we finish. Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So for those that are new to this, basically what happens is we listen to the project on our own. You guys can listen with us while we listen, and then we come back and we give it a rating. So we mute our computers while we listen to it, and then we come back. So with that being said, we're going to start with Call Baba. That's track 1, and then we're going to go right into track 2, which is called The Cure, and then we're going to press pause and we're going to come back and give it a rating. So we're going to get it started in 3, 2, 1.
I rode the bus by 250.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What y'all think, man?
That was funky.
Yeah,
It was a little adventure.
it was. It was hella funky though. That bass was clowning. I mean, it was two-stepping and sliding.
Yeah.
It was. I imagine James Brown on the bass, but like he's hitting all the strings. Like it was crazy. It was going crazy all over that track. I liked it.
Yeah, I like that Marvin Gaye influence towards the end.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope, man. That was
I
dope.
agree. What you think, Tone? You got the
I-
serious face on, man. What's up, Tone?
Man, why don't y'all leave my face alone, man? I want everybody to leave my face alone, man. I'll be listening.
Listen, no, I'm talking about right now. We were talking. You were just like,
I was
that's what y'all
listening
think, huh?
to y'all. That's my
Okay, that's
listening.
what you think. That's what you think. Okay.
I like the flow on this track, and I love the tranquil backdrops of the production, like the stuff going on in the back is like right up my alley. A lot of Oddisee stuff is right up my alley anyway, so I really like the flow and the feel of the track, and just how it faded out towards the end. This is my bag in terms of like music, so I'm giving it a 4.
Okay, Tone.
Wow, Tone. That was a
Tone.
subtle lead into the 4, man. I
Four
like
was
it.
good. I liked it, man. It was like, yeah, yep, good way to open it off.
Yeah, I agree. I will see your 4, and I'll match it. I'll give that a 4. And Clean, I'm sorry I didn't get to tell you. We rated 1 out of 5. So it's not 1 out of 10, it's 1 out of 5 here. So I would give that a 4 too, man. It was the flow was consistent, and that was a longer song. That was over 3 minutes. So for the project to only be like 31 to 32 minutes long, I feel like we got our money's worth on that one. We got our streams worth on that one. That was a nice amount of time for that first track.
No, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I would stick with the 4. You know, it was a full track. It was something. What's crazy is even though it's like a COVID time, it's still like summertime cookout vibe too. Like
it did kind of have that soulful outside people together laughing, have a good time. I feel like that was the Marvin influence because Marvin always puts me either in the mood to make love or the mood to see my friends and give fives and hey brother, how you doing? It's one or the other with Marvin. There's no in between. We either fucking or we're friendly.
I disagree with that, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh man.
You could be friendly fucking. I'm not here to judge Tony Baker. I'm just letting you know what he does.
I mean, the What's Going On album, that's got to make you think about other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. I Want You album is my favorite album, so that album is either friendly or fucking.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah, for sure, that one. But
every song
what's going on, you have to think about social issues.
Oh yeah, you know the label didn't want him to put What's Going On out.
I bet they didn't.
They said it was too real. I remember reading about it. They said that it was too real. That nobody was going to buy it. That they were going to put it on a black market, and that was going to ruin his career.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
That's one of his best albums. One of his best albums, though.
Oh, this is one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion.
Josh, you didn't give it a rating yet. What you got, baby boy?
Yeah, man, I'm a match the 4s. I'm gonna match the 4 sequence. I enjoyed the phone call. I enjoyed the skit. I always like hearing the parent relationship, and you can tell they have a decent one for obviously from the little that we know, but hearing that conversation was very friendly. It was very open, and a call to pops, like you can tell that their culture is still close to home. I think I heard a little Arabic in there.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. But yeah, man, I love how he kind of touched on the times in the sense where like, okay, as a leadoff, we understand that this is a pretty current project. It's not like, I know we kind of touched on it already, the sense that he made it during this time. He might have scrapped what he was working on before, tuck that in the pocket for later. That he's just kind of creating right now. And I think it was dope how it was reflected as well. One thing about Oddisee is, as a producer as well, I mean, it's like he always kind of creates an arrangement that you don't necessarily hear in a lot of music now, especially that's coming out. His music doesn't always sound the same as in terms of what else might have dropped that same night.
Yeah,
That's something that I've appreciated Oddisee, and then he gets off. Like,
man, he goes off.
Like,
he
finds his little pocket, and he rides it out with the beat. But like, I enjoyed it. It was a solid lead off, man.
It's one thing that I want to mention about Oddisee that I'm going to save to the end of the show to see if people really peep. But I agree. So what did you give it, Josh? You gave it a 4 as well?
I gave it a 4. Yeah, I gave it a
Well,
4.
I agree with
man.
Josh on the skit too. I love hearing artists and the parents interact. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, dopeness, man. So next we have Shoot Your Shot, and we got Call Grandma after that. So let's go right into 3 and 4. Shoot Your Shot and Call Grandma. We're gonna stop right before we get to I Thought You Were Fate. And because we got 2 songs back to back after that, so we'll listen to those individually. Or actually, we won't, because right after the 6 is a skit, so we'll figure it out. But we are going to listen to Call Grandma, Shoot Your Shot, and Call Grandma right now. We're going to get it started in 3, 2.
Oh.
Seems like everybody having a good time. Everybody still listening. Look at Tony. Look at the way Tony's listening to it. It's like he's listening to an inspirational speech. It's like, and brother, no matter what people say to you, you can do it. Even you, young brother, sitting there in your black tank top, whatever it may. Hey, Tony, what's up, brother? Hey.
Y'all was talking to me for a while, huh? Did y'all finish the skit?
Yeah.
Tahir didn't finish it.
What, the first skit?
I definitely did.
The first skit?
No, the one that just went on.
Grandma.
I know we weren't gonna do the
I thought we were doing two. We were doing the
I thought we were. Yeah, you said that's what you said. You promised.
the first skit was the first
the grandma skit. We did the shoot your shot and the grandma skit.
You all that playing around, you get confuse yourself to hear.
Listen, we went call grandma.
No.
Right?
Call grandma is second. Is shoot your shot, then call grandma. Shoot your
shot, then call grandma.
Oh, I listened to the wrong song. I ain't gonna even hold you then.
What song did you listen to?
I Thought You Were Fate.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen, this is what you do. Y'all go ahead and y'all talk about it, and then I'll come back in because I heard the skit already. So I'll go back to shoot your shot.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all get it going.
Yeah, so what y'all think about the shoot your shot song?
Yo, shoot your shot was dope.
Yeah.
It was like a simple production setup. Not mad simple. It was still like, complicated. How that little breakdown on the third act was super dope. The switch up, the flow, the vibe. I really enjoyed it. And that switch up was nice. It wasn't like a switch up. I was like, why they do that? I was like, oh, we switching it up. And so I'm all in on shoot your shot. And it's catchy too. Like I can hear myself, repeating that after I walk away from the track. So I'm giving it like a 4.2.
Okay.
Oh, you're raising the bar a little bit.
I raised it up a case.
I like it, man. I enjoyed it too, man. I feel like he finds these little loops and he kind of like arranges around that loop for, I feel like a lot of producers do that, but the way he does it with his instruments, he'll do that and then he'll kind of go off on a little solo that he can just kind of drop in. And I like how he kind of did those switch ups in pockets. Mm-hmm. He got off, man. I'm a match my previous 4 with another 4 though.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you ask me like which one I like better between those two, I don't know if I could have picked. That's why I'm gonna leave it eye to eye there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. I think that his musicality is crazy. Like the people, his artists he works with, like the guitarist he has coming through. I've been to a studio and literally it's like straight to the point, nothing too crazy, and the stuff he creates out of it is just it's amazing, man. So I think his musicality was good. I think how he's flowing now, because he definitely switched up his flow compared to like past years. Like to me it's a little bit more like you could drop that on the radio almost. Like it could touch that without losing his whole core fan base. So for that song, I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5. 4.5.
Okay. Yeah. And did y'all hear the Sade sample? People were saying that in the chat. I didn't hear the Sade sample.
I didn't even keep that.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, they were saying it over here in the chat. And I was like, Sade sample. Somebody said No Ordinary Love on the sample. And I didn't even, I was trying to hear it, and it definitely had like a sweet back flow in the back. And also I like the skit with him calling grandma, because I'll tell you why I liked it, because it's another family oriented skit, which I appreciate. And they didn't stay on the phone long, which is right up my alley. His grandmother didn't keep him on the phone. She was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll talk to you later. Kiss the babies for me. All right, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, yo, this is the perfect grandparent. So
I gotta go.
yeah. I was like, that's the
grandparents be talking, man.
Yeah, because they can get you. But this grandmother was like, I'm good. I got my little groceries in here. I'll talk to you later, baby. I'm like, yes.
Let me off the phone. She want to get back to her stories.
Yeah, I appreciated that.
Yeah. Shoot your shot. I cut it off just a little bit before it ended. I'm gonna finish it up while you guys start on. I thought you were fake. Literally got like a minute and 30 seconds left. But from what I can tell, this is one of those songs where he's flexing the lyrical ability a little bit. I like it. I'm not crazy about the beat. I do like the what is that? The little mouth machine, the little breathalyzer thing, talk box. Yeah, yeah, the little talk box, the Roger Trout joint. I love that in there. But it's not my favorite beat. I would say that. Just off his lyrical prowess, I would probably start around a 3.5. But I'm gonna finish the song and I'll give it another rating after that. But right now I'm sitting around a 3.5 for a shoot your shot. So while you guys go ahead and get started on I thought you were fake, and then we're gonna come right back after that one. We'll give that one a rating. I'm gonna finish up shoot your shot. So we're gonna get it started in 3, 2, 1.
That was cool.
That was smooth, man.
That was big smooth, bro. That might have been one of the more smoother one of the more smoother joints so far, I would say.
Yeah.
That guitar, man, and even those little riffs too on that guitar. Whoever's on that guitar, man, they went off.
That's Saint Ezekiel. Crazy, man.
Man,
That was cool.
He's from Philly.
oh word.
Smooth, yeah.
That was big smooth, bro. That might have been one of the more smoother.
Tom, is that you?
One of the more smoother joints so far, I would say.
Like how did
That guitar, man, and even those little riffs too on that guitar.
Yeah, that electric guitar at the end is really what sealed the deal for me, man. I loved every part of it. It was a good time. It was literally a party on the track. It was a good vibe, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was fake.
How do you break up in the pandemic? You know what I'm saying?
It was a good time, man. That guitar came through and like it put like that plastic on it, like when they do resale shoes to make sure it doesn't fade or people don't touch it too much, like just to preserve the freshness of it. Basically, that's what that guitar did. Because like even if you were like, oh, this is a cool song, whatever, that guitar like had the potential to sway you on either side of the fence. And I think it's gonna always sway you to the positive. Like that was a smooth little riff toward the end.
Yeah, I like.
I don't like how you called that saran wrap. I just.
Josh, let me say something. Let me say something to you.
Look in big cities with shoes, like they put it in that little plastic wrap.
Yeah.
I only see that in big cities, though. You know, you never see that in the suburban Foot Locker joints.
No, that's always at resale stores. It's
Yeah.
only at resale stores.
No, just take your time to hear.
Hey man, we're having a good time here, man. Get your little Tullamore do more, huh?
We need the saran wrap to hear his tongue, man.
Because it is constantly trying to injure itself. Constantly. Just finds a pair of stairs to just fall down. It's like, oh, these some stairs? Oh, let me. That's what my tongue does.
His tongue be doing double dutch in his mouth by itself.
Wow. I'm giving it it had a dope feel to it. Feel good vibe, feel good cruising, walking through markets with your lady and all that. Sunny day vibes. The guitar was dope. It took me a while to get really into it. I was like, all right, this is cool. But I ended up really liking it by the end of it. And I was just like, yeah, it's a good vibe. I'm giving it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoyed it, and I didn't like it as much as the other two, but it was still a good time, and I'll listen to it again for sure. It has the potential for growth as well, so 3.5, a strong, solid 3.5 with room to grow.
Okay, Josh, what you got?
I got a 3.75, man.
Okay.
I'm a bring it a quarter shy of 4, but a solid 3.75. Because that's a song I could listen to and not pay attention to anything else, or not needing to pay attention to anything. Like if I'm driving, I mean, obviously I'm paying attention if I'm driving, but I'm not trying to pay attention to the lyrics. I can just kind of vibe out to that song. Is what I'm trying to say.
I would give it I'm gonna give it a 4, man. I was at a 3.5, but that guitar, man, like that's gonna always be the pleasant surprise at the end for me. Like just when I'm vibing to it and that guitar, because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this guitar. Yeah. That's probably gonna make me unfasten one extra button, lower the windows down just a little bit. I probably slow down. I want to experience it. So based on that alone, I'm gonna give it a 4. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta go with a 4. And the reason why I gotta go with a 4 is because it's the middle of the album track, so it fits. And it's one of those tracks where I think you gotta be in the mood to kind of like receive it. So it's a good track if you are driving and then it comes on, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I feel good. It could zone you out. So I think that, and then the musicality at the end, I gotta give it a 4 for that. Like, you know, with the flow, the messaging. think it's around the four range. One of those tracks that's going to grow.
All right. Who didn't go yet? Did everybody go?
Yeah, everybody went.
All right, cool.
But
So
yeah,
I think that
my
the
brother,
last, what was that?
I'm gonna have to jet, man.
Oh yeah, you got to teach the class. Okay, brother. Well, I appreciate you
I'll see
stopping
y'all.
in, man. Let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
Everybody on YouTube, check me out at DJ Clean on Instagram, social media. It's just DJ Clean.
There it is.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take care.
Thanks for pulling up.
All right, man.
So for the next 4 tracks, our next 3 tracks, we need to do each one with a skit, so that way we just close out right. So next song we're gonna listen to is called "Still Strange," and then we're gonna go right into the "Call Me" skit, and then we'll come right back right after that. So we're gonna listen to the next 2 tracks: is "Still Strange" and "Call Ma." Yeah, we're gonna get it started in 3, 2, 1.
That was fire. I like that skit a lot.
No, that genuinely made me laugh, bro. I'm still smiling for real from the skit. I love the song. I love the song, but that skit just made my heart smile, bro. It reminds me of my mom. I remember when I moved to LA, when I first moved to LA, I had a phone call with my mom and she told me to, well, just call them and tell them that you want to act. And that's why you out there. I was like, call who? She was like, call Hollywood. I was like, that's not a person. Your mother just thinks that you can just do the world because she loves you so much and she believes in you so much. So his mom saying that he should do a documentary on all the rappers from PG County and DC area just put me in a mind frame of that. And it just put a pure smile on my face. So
he ain't gonna do the documentary.
He's not
gonna do it.
You know he ain't.
He ain't
He's
doing
not using his marketing budget for that.
That's the quintessential parent-child conversation about business. You should do a documentary on every rapper from PG County. Oh, I'm gonna do that, Mom.
For sure. I got you. All right, Mom. I'm gonna talk to you later now.
And I could be wrong, but it sounds like he's in a blended family.
Yeah.
Because like I thought it was funny when she was just like, what is it that Ramadan? Eid Mubarak? Eid something? Yeah. So you could tell, I mean, that's something that kind of resonated with me in the sense of blended homes, but I thought that was kind of tight because now, bro, you're really feeling like a raw, yo, this is my family, like you're meeting my family type introduction.
Right.
And I always like getting to know the artists that I'm a fan of.
I agree.
As they let us in, as consumers, we're not necessarily entitled to anything that the artist puts out or what's going on at home, but it's always nice to get a little glimpse of some type of dynamic. And I thought that was kind of cool in the skit. The song was a little vibe too.
Yeah.
Tahir, I don't know if you're going to comment on the skit. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead, brother. I'll finish it up at the end.
Oh no! So I was just gonna say the song was a little vibe. So I think it was a good like breathing moment from the first few. This was a lot more mellow. I really like her name is Priya. Whoever is featured on there, man, vocals are smooth.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite track, I would say, just because it was so different, but there's definitely a place for it that I would press play on. So with that, I'm gonna give that one. I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Okay.
All right.
I was thinking 4, but I don't know if I could do a full 4.
Okay.
It was good though.
I'm gonna jump out the window with this one. I'm jumping in front of Tony on this one. I will say this. I hate skits, but I've enjoyed everyone on this album thus far. Like I don't know if because they are meaningful to what's going on right now that they resonate more with me, or the fact that they are actually people that are probably giving real responses. I mean, he probably told them and gave him a heads up, hey, I'm gonna record this phone call that I'm about to have with you. Just be yourself. But I feel like we're really getting a sense of who these people are, and I don't mind it. They're not too long. The last one was the longest one I felt like with his mom, but we were entertained with her saying that she had the mace, with her saying she's tired of the train. And the thing I really love, the fact that she was like, well, you're not working like you used to right now. The show's on come like, so I don't want to take that. The fact that she was aware that this is how he eats and this is affecting everything, not just her traveling more on the train, but like that just, I don't know. It just, you know, it really touched me on a different level because we're all going through that for real. So I was already feeling the track and this just took it over the edge for me. So I'm gonna group them together, even though I know we're not supposed to be rating the skits. That gave me a 4.25.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I really like the skit too, talking to the family. I'm all in. And it was cool that, you know, and Josh picked up on it too, the blended family thing. Because when she said that, I was like, oh, she must be African American. And so, and, you know, somebody said that she was in the thing. So I was like, yeah. And those little sprinkles of real life and real story.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is dope right here. And to hear, and I was actually interested into how she was living in this, you know, in these COVID times. I was like, all right, she got the pepper spray. I was really like intrigued on how she was doing, even though, you know, I don't know his mom, but it was just like a slice of life that I appreciate. And as far as the song, I really like the hook and the vibe, and he just let her rock out on the chorus, and you know, gave her a lot of shine on that track. And then I like the instrumentation. He's really letting the instruments float.
Oh man, he letting them live.
Oh
They
man,
have fully realized lives, Tony Baker. They going to junior high school, college. They started in JUCO. They having a full career. He letting them live.
He letting them live for sure, and I appreciated that. I'm gonna give it. I'm just like Josh. I'm at a 3.75 on this track.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig it, baby. I can dig it. Well, cool, man. Let's just keep this momentum going. Next track is No Skips by Raf Real. And we're gonna also listen to the Call Homie skit as well. So let's get it started in 3, 2, 1.
Put this on. Yo,
What up, though? What
man,
y'all doing, man?
I really like that beat a lot. The only thing that I didn't like was that wah 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 wah. It was like too much in the first chorus. He was kind of like overdoing that sound while he was rapping. I was like, but that beat itself, and then in the second one, he calmed down on that effect. And I was like, I liked it that much more. And then when everything slowed down and you just hear the beat, I really liked it. I really liked that beat a lot because it was just boom bap, and I was like, yeah. But that one little overdo, the wah 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 wah, it was just in there too tough in the beginning. So I got to docket some points for that. But overall, that beat, and of course, I like the skit of him checking on his homeboy. And so I'm at a 375 once again.
Okay.
I thought it was cool, man. I feel like that's the first record on here that sounds like he wanted to make something anthem-like or something that could be of hit conversation. With that it was like it was almost like kind of catchy, but he was still getting his raps out. I thought it was cool. It did sound a little busy at times though, so I do agree with you there. But I didn't mind it. That was the first one that I feel like is more upbeat in the sense of this project. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I think I'm at I think I'm at a
That beat was
I think I'm gonna give it a 4 too, man. Like I would go back to that. I would listen to that. I would rock with that. It would be a song that I would tell somebody about. It's not my favorite, but it's solid. And that's one thing that I will always say about Oddisee, man. He makes music that is so easy to appreciate because you might not be a fan of the beat, but you're gonna be a fan of the flow, or you might not like the flow on that one, but you're gonna love the beat on that one, or you're gonna love the instrumentation on that one. Like he makes music to a point where you find something to love about the track, and that's what this was for me. Like I love the beat with it. The flow was there too, but I love that little beat. So just that's how I feel about it. And I ain't shying away from it. I actually just hit up Oddisee right now to see if he'll pull up. Ain't no telling if he will. We talk sparingly because we have so many mutual friends. So I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I just letting y'all know if you pop up in the comments, let us know real quick because we would love to get him in here. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I'm giving it a 4. Give it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So we are down to the last 2 tracks. I feel like.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna go to Mars and Call Manager. We got Oliver St. Louis on this one again. And shouts out to everybody that listens to the playlist from Apple and Spotify, Quarantine and Chill. This new one that's going to be Quarantine and Chill Volume 6, which comes out first day of August, is the first track is actually an Oliver St. Louis track. Very cool dude, cool brother, man. Got this wicked beard, man. You guys, if you're not familiar with him, get familiar with him. But we're going to get started on this track in 3, 2, 1. He's in the chat. Yo, hold on. Before we go to the last one, hold on. Wait. We got Oddisee in the chat, bro.
Oh, Oddisee in the chat.
In the chat, bro.
Oh, he said no samples. Flex on him, Oddisee. That's all instrumentation. Live tracks in the studio. Quarantine, probably, I'm sure social distance from the SSL board or however you record them. But all live tracks, man. Flex on them. Ain't no samples on this side. It's DMV. Actually, I know the DMV. I don't know the county orientations, but you know, I'm trying to give credit where credit's due.
Yo, let me say this, man. I saw Oddisee. I was listening to this guy when we made up the Mars. Yeah, yo, let me say, like I said, Oliver St. Louis and Oddisee, they toured together. I saw them a couple years ago downtown LA. And the crazy thing is, he has the same name as your mentor, Josh.
Big Amir Bassi.
Shout
out, Blame Label.
I scream out his name. He looks at me. He's like, "Oh, I know you." I was like, "Nah, you know my people, DJ Clean, Amir, all of them from Empire." And he's just like, "Oh, respect." So I took my album up there. I had him sign the album, bought a shirt. It was a Carhartt shirt, so it fit extra snug. I literally bought the shirt a year, and then I wasn't able to wear it for like a year and a half because I had to lose weight. But hands down, one of the dopest lyricists that people have yet to give all their flowers that deserve to. Super glad that you're in the chat, brother. It's mad love. Tony Baker, you got anything?
On the track review?
Yeah.
I like this one. It feels like the closing track. You know, it's funny, like when you listen to albums, you can tell when it's the farewell track and it's got that energy and sound to it, like the credits are rolling. If that makes any sense at all, you know what I mean? And so I like Oliver on the hook. I like the vibe of it. So on the go out, the replay value is there. I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Okay.
Go out. And I'm glad he said no samples because I really couldn't hear the Sade sample everybody was talking about. I was like, I don't hear no Sade sample
either. That's one
but
of my
then,
favorite
you know, he
artists
said no
alive.
samples. I was like, chords. Yeah, so 4 on the way out, man. 4 on the way out.
Cool. Well, I already gave mine in the chat, man. I threw up 65 fives in the chat, man. And the thing that I wanted to point out that I said earlier that I would mention, but I wanted to see if anybody else noticed, and I hadn't really seen anybody speak on it. He doesn't curse one track through the entire album.
You know, I didn't even notice that. As long as I've been listening to Oddisee, I never noticed that.
That's how much of a dope lyricist and a dope artist is he. You don't miss it. You don't miss it at all. The flow is so official. It's so crisp. It's so on time, so on point. You don't even trip off of it. You're just enjoying the moment, man. You're just enjoying the fact that you're here and we're listening to this. It was amazing, man. Like, and yeah, man, that he doesn't curse. Like, now I will say, because I was like, oh, Oddisee never cursed. I went back to some early Oddisee with like skipping stones and stuff like that. I was like, oh, he said nigga. Oh, he cursed, but he, like the newer projects from Oddisee, I don't know, like if he just decided this one day or what, but yeah, man, you don't notice it, you don't miss it, you just appreciate what he's adding to his craft, man. And yeah, man, Oddisee's dope as hell, bro.
I thought that was a solid outro, man. Even though it's not the official show, we still got the manager skit, of course. But in terms of full song, I should say, I'm gonna give that one a solid 4, maybe even a flaccid 4.5.
Okay.
Maybe a flaccid 4.5. I'm actually leaning more towards the flaccidity. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna go with it. The flaccitude of the 4.5. I enjoyed it, man. And like I mean, it's crazy hearing Oddisee or reading Oddisee, how we typed out that there's no samples, because I was mentioning even before, I always like his instrumentation.
Josh, hold on one second, Josh.
Oh, he pulling up with the visual.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh,
man. This is why we do it, man.
Can y'all see me?
We can
hear you. We can hear you though.
No pressure though, bro. You're probably at the crib.
I'm trying to figure out why my. Oh, there you go. Hold up.
There he is.
All right, cool.
The mastermind behind the music.
What's up, man?
Yo, I had a quick question.
Yeah, talk to me.
I mean, you might have a different process when you record now versus how you used to, but do you start out with like loops and then kind of build instrumentation around that, or do you kind of start with the melody? I'm always interested on that side. I know it could be a lot more complicated.
My AirPod's not working, so let me just take these jumps out so I can hear y'all better. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. Oh Lord, you got that Euro size. It fit.
Oh,
it fit after a year and I had to fast for a year and a half. I bought this. I was so proud. I got home. I was like, "What the hell did he sell me, bro?"
Listen. Manufactured in Europe, I got nothing to do with it. Okay, they on a different metric system out there. All right.
I can fit it now, Josh. You remember?
How large ain't they large?
I remember you bringing that one on tour. You're like, I'm not gonna wear it on stage, but I'm gonna wear it out.
Hey, man, no. I was excited about it.
First of all, thank y'all for listening to the record, period. I don't care. I just chimed in towards the end. Don't matter what you said. Don't matter how you felt. The fact that you listened, all that matters to me. You know?
I'm a fan, so I was going to listen regardless. So it just like, oh, okay. Let's go.
Oh, my man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Man, I've been listening to you for a long time, man, and you always come up.
With the signature. I can't wait till this goes for like $12,000 to put my kid.
No, you're his friend, bro.
You're gonna have to
wait till wait. This is $20,000 so I can pay for my daughter's school.
I'm trying to sell 20,000 copies to pay for my daughter's school. So we got to meet somewhere in between, somewhere where some equation where I don't have to die for it to be worth that much. You know?
Right. Just make sure you don't carry more than $10,000 when you're flying. You learned that.
Never have, never will. I went back to Sudan in December with 9.5 in the pocket.
Wow. Yeah, right at the cusp.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My father's Sudanese. My mother's Black American.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is. Because when your mom said in the skit, she was like, "What was that you call it?" And then you didn't wish me a happy Merry Christmas. I was like, "Oh, she's American."
Yeah. I was raised by my father, and my stepmother, who were both Sudanese, and my mom is Black American from D.C. and I was raised in Prince George's County, Maryland. So I was in my mother's house on weekends and my father's house during the weekday. Wow. And I spent my summers 3 months of the year, June, July, August, in Sudan.
Man, I knew I felt that. I grew up the same way, similar, obviously not in visiting Sudan at all. I'm not Sudanese, but I split time with my parents in the sense of like weekends with my mom and my dad. I don't want to say my dad raised me, my grandparents helped as well, so did my mom, but yeah, man, I feel that. And I was going to ask based off the skit between your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
You could hear like
something was very different.
Yeah. I wanted to ask like if you spent more time with your growing up because you guys were talking about Ramadan. I'm assuming Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I assume that you adopted his upbringing or his culture a little bit differently than your mom's at least.
Yeah, I mean, personally I feel 50-50, even culturally, you know. My developmental years, I spent a lot more time with my dad's side of the family and, you know, in Sudan in the summers. And I had the gift and the curse of being born into two faiths. You know, most people, they're born into their faith, so they practice it without question. But I literally had my father telling me, if I believe this, I'm gonna go to hell. My mother was like, if you believe that, you're gonna go to hell. So it was left up to me to decide what I connected with. So I got to choose my faith, and my faith didn't choose me. You know, it was hard, but I appreciate it. I do.
That's dope.
Yeah.
One of the things outside of the music that you inspired me to do is to drink more tea. And I know that sounds crazy, but
bro, I drink coffee.
Oh, see, I thought it was tea. When I would see you at the shops, I was like, this old tea drinking ass dude right here.
I look like a tea drinking ass dude. That's what it is.
You do look like
I just assumed it was tea because I drink coffee. They'll tell you it'd be 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, man, I drink coffee.
Bro, you get a neck this scrawny with a pair of glasses, and everybody's like, that's a vegan ass tea drinking ass dude.
Hilarious.
Lo and behold.
That's so fun. I sure thought of like, because I remember it was I think earlier this year you were somewhere and it looked like a tea shop.
Oh, you know what? You seen me on tour. I drink tea on tour for my voice before I go on stage.
That's what it was then.
I drink tea on tour. I don't drink coffee on tour because coffee dehydrates you.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can't drink tour. I can't drink coffee because it'll mess my voice up. So I drink a lot more tea on tour. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
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 I was like, man, I gotta drink more tea. I gotta get myself together. I love coffee, man. They'll tell you, man, it don't matter to me. It don't matter what. It could be 150 degrees outside. I'm like, man. As soon as we get to the hotel, let me see if this coffee is fresh.
Right now, I carry a coffee kit with me. I make fresh coffee every morning, but only in the morning. But by the time it's showtime, it's tea, nothing but tea. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I did want to ask you is the last thing that I pointed out before you hopped on. Like nobody really noticed that you never cursed throughout this whole project. But like I said earlier, on some of your earlier projects, you were, you used some curse words. Did you make a decision?
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. Did you make a decision, or did something happen, or you just was like, you know what, I don't need it?
It was a two-part decision. It was one from observation, and it was one that was personal. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of at this point in my career where I noticed that hip hop was beginning to age. And for the first time, that generational gap that we had with our parents, where we grew up listening to rap, but they didn't, we were now coming into an age where parents were listening to rap and their kids. And I kept seeing people say, oh, I love this record. I wish, you come out with a clean version because I want to play it in front of my kids. So I'm looking at that like, okay, well, we're at an age now where kids and parents are listening to the same genre of music. That wasn't the case for me growing up. And monetarily, I'm like, this is the potential to create new fans because they are grooming their children under my music. If they're listening to my music at the ages of 14 to 16, in 2 years, they can be in my show, holding a ticket. And more importantly, they can be in there with their parents. It could be 3-4 tickets instead of 1. So that was the first reason. Wasn't anything necessarily moral that I felt wrong with cussing, but it was more so I'm losing money by cussing.
Money on the table. Yeah.
Because if it's clean, more people are going to listen to it and feel comfortable listening to it. That was the first thing. The second thing, I started getting heavy into music licensing. And the music licensing agencies will come to me and say, we don't want a record that's clean. We want a record that is completely void of profanity. Because a lot of these corporations, when they use music, they don't even want flack from a demographic that would have a problem with you even bleeping out a curse word. They don't even want to deal with that. They don't want any curse words in the song. Never mind you bleeping it out. Somebody in some part of America who has different values might not even want to support that brand if they even know the words there, regardless of whether it's muted or not. And that first happened to me with Nike. And I was like, okay, well, if it's completely clean, it's easier to license. I don't have to go back and make another version because at this point, I'm writing, recording, mixing, engineering everything myself. I don't want to go back and have to edit it and make a clean version. And then the final nail in the coffin was tour and seeing people use the N-word and say it back to me and majority white crowds. And it made me feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you put that with the possibility of grooming new fans, easier licensing opportunity, and a moral issue with hearing this word said back to me from people outside of my context. It was just like, this is more of a pain, of an annoyance than anything.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope.
Wow. That's
that
smart.
perspective right there that's dope to hear. And like, it makes so much sense too. Because even as comedians, like, when they want us to do a clean show, I never wanted to be like, oh, I can't do it because I got to cuss or I got to, be Filth McGee out here for the joke to work. I never wanted to have that issue. Plus, my mom don't like cussing. That was in the back of my mind. But the business.
Shout out to Miss Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all that. And so all of those things. And so it's like, can you do clean? I'm like, yes. And it's a quick answer, no sweat. Can you perform at this church? Yes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how once you commit to it, how easy it is. It's not it's not difficult.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm honored. I don't go out of my way, but it is not one of the bullet points on any of my releases that there's no profanity. I want it to be an afterthought. I don't even want people to notice.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, and that's why I brought it up at the end because I didn't want people to start listening for that intent instead of listening to the lyrics. So that's why I brought it up at the end. But yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it's super dope. And as comics, one of the rules, like when new comics come up, like, yo, man, you got any advice for me and stuff like that? one of the first things I always tell them is write clean, because it's always easy to dirty up a clean joke, but it's damn near impossible to clean up a dirty joke. So if you write it dirty, there's no way you can clean it up if bitch or motherfucker is the punchline. It's just not gonna sound the same. You're not gonna believe it, and the crowd is not gonna resonate with it. So if you write clean, you will never have a problem with that. And with the licensing part, I was literally in Target about 2 weeks ago and heard one of your tracks.
Listen, I think I saw you say something about that, and that always puts a smile on my face, because I'm an independent artist, so people don't understand how much business even goes into being independent. That licensing deal to put my music in Modell's, Chipotle, Target, Victoria's Secret, Starbucks, Urban Outfitters was done in 2015. It's a deal. And then people hit me saying, I heard you in Target. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Dude,
I know you heard,
I heard you in Target in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I bet you did. But the music was clean. And I was doing some music for advertisements in NPR. And at the time, NPR just started getting into using urban music in their platform. And a lot of their traditional subscribers had a huge issue with the use of rap in the advertisements. So I remember doing an interview where a journalist pulled up a song. It had profanity in it. People called in, people wrote in, oh, it's profanity, I can't stand it. And then it made me realize I could say America has issues, and people will say from all demographics. But if I said America has fucking issues, people would be like, oh, profanity, and then totally negate the meaning of what I'm saying. And I didn't want the music to be refutable by anyone just because of some profanity. Like, you're going to listen to what I'm saying, and you're not going to be able to just turn it off just because I heard a cuss word. The message is still there. And for any rapper who still uses profanity, the message is still there. But we allow a group of people who will use that as a reason to turn off the message. I personally didn't want to allow them to do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I would be interested to see or hear who you would love to work with. Like, I know who I would love to see you with.
Tell me, because I love these. Tell me, you go first.
I would, you know what? I would love to see you with some of the younger guys that are out now, like a Boz, a Saba, and a JID. I think that all of you guys are conscious enough to make a hit, but still make it have some type of substance and still have a bop to it. And I mean,
him and Boss on the link up just on the Sudanese tip alone would be an easy call.
Yeah. Well, Josh, make the phone call. You got him.
I mean, I just, I would like to. Listen, man, I would like to try.
Listen, you think
when have lives? They have lives too, man.
In his DM, when I slid in his DM right now, did I know that he was gonna respond? No, but I took the shot. Shoot.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna take the shot. I just don't put things out that I don't know if it's gonna necessarily hit or not. In terms of
Josh,
especially with connecting people. So
I'm down. I've had correspondence with so many artists who will slide in my DMs and say, bro, I'm a fan. Let's work. I like what you're doing. I say, yo, I like what you're doing. And then they got a record coming out, this, that, and the third. And they say, yo, bro, check out my record. Oh, you already know, stamp. I'm going to check it out. Retweet, put it up on the stories. Cool. I hit them back. Yo, I got this record I'm working on. Love to hear from you. DM never open.
Crickets?
Never open. So that's put me off. I don't reach out no more.
Yeah,
because these dudes are corny, man. Like they on some Bama shit. Like they there when they want to use platforms, but when you actually want to work, motherfuckers don't want to work. So I just stopped trying. So if you got the plug, I'm down to work with anybody. I love.
I mean, I would like to drop in New Obviously, I can't
big
speak.
JID fan, like big. Who's the other dude you said? Saba. I shared a flight with Saba from Chicago. He was behind me, tapped me on the shoulder. Was like, "Yo, you Oddisee?" We exchanged numbers, kept in contact. I haven't hit him yet. I haven't hit Boss. I haven't hit the dudes that you mentioned up yet. But I'm reluctant to, because I don't want to find myself in a situation where I throw myself out there and motherfuckers don't respond.
Shoot. Shooter,
I got you.
You a shooter, Oddisee. You a shooter, bro. Regardless, they gonna be missing out if they don't hit you back, bro. And I put Josh on the spot with that. I apologize, Josh. I just know that you run with the camp, but you have no influence over what a person does. But I will bug somebody to the end, man. I don't have the plug on the Dreamville camp, but I do have a couple connects with D Smoke and through Empire and a couple other people. So I would love to see you and D Smoke do a record, man.
Bro, it's COVID. I'm either at the house or I'm at the studio.
Yeah.
All tours is canceled. All my shows canceled.
Just get ready for that inbox. I'm gonna do a group inbox like, yo, Smoke. This is Oddisee. Oddisee, this is Smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? Good people all around. Let's get it going, man. Let's make some jewels. I
appreciate y'all reviewing the record. I'm gonna start sending y'all music before this.
Oh, please.
Come out.
Please.
Okay.
Get a little email thread going. We'll figure it out. I don't know how to do encryption, but I'll learn.
Send me all the musicals, man.
I'm here. I'm here. If y'all want it, if there's anything, I can't see comments, but if there's anything y'all want me to answer, I'm here, man. I love
Oh, snap. I don't know. I know we got a little excited when you hopped in and whatnot, but something I asked early on, I don't know if it got answered or not. I'm sorry if I missed it. When you were when you're making your production process, do you kind of throw a loop together and then kind of build the live instrumentation around that? Or do you kind of go the other way after finding a melody and just kind of like let it rock?
The first. So, I come from a background of sampling, but as my career progressed, it became harder and harder to sample. So normally what I start off with is sampling, but I don't necessarily look the loop. I look for melody. So I have like a melody in my head, and then I'll look for chord progressions that match that, and I'll use software to manipulate those chords into what's in my head. And then that's the template. Then MIDI instruments come into the fold where I'm programming like rudimentary chord progressions. And then one by one, I bring in my musicians from my band who I tour with, Good Company. And I usually start off with my keyboardist, Ralph. He'll hear the sample that I chopped up in the chord progressions, and he'll replay that. And I'll say, all right, you hear this guitar that I chopped up and it's a 1-3-5. I want that played as an organ. And then he'll even come up to New York. During COVID, we were using AnyDesk remote access software where I would control his desktop remotely from my house. And I would go into software. I was using a lot of Keyscape on this record, a lot of Omnisphere 2, a lot of Contact. And I would just set up everything on his computer from Brooklyn. He's in New York, Pennsylvania. So I, modulate everything, customize my sounds. And then we would have like the cameras on, and then he would be playing it. And I'm like, all right, that sounds good. All right, what about a harmony? Stack this. He does it, and then he sends me back the MIDI notes. And then I'll put everything in, and then that's done. Then I'll do the same thing with my bass player. And then I'll do the same thing with my guitar player. Bass player's in DC, keyboard is in York, Pennsylvania, guitar player's in Berlin in Germany. I'm in New York. And then once all that's done, I'll put a rough mix on it, and then I'll send that to my engineer, Delph. And then he'll mix everything and make the song what it is.
Bro, wow. I don't think I've ever heard of that type of remote process. Obviously, now the times that kind of like they make you pivot, but obviously it seems like it didn't hinder you from like, oh no, I'm still gonna get this done the way I'm envisioning this sound, like dialed in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a piece of content in itself, man. It's crazy.
Oh, thank you.
That's fire though.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been working like this for a minute. It just kind of just accelerated with COVID. But
okay.
Yeah, I normally send the skeletons, FaceTime, AirPods in, bass players playing out loud. Cool. He finishes it, sends the wave back. I put it into the session, chop it up, EQ it, then stack everything. So I always work with the band individually, put everything together, and then I send it off to get mixed.
You're very in tune, very hands-on with the process. It reminds me of like what Big Crit does. Like Big Crit is like part of every process except for actually, hold on one second. Amir, I'm gonna send you the link.
Snap.
That's Oddisee right there.
Yo. تمام كيف انت؟ الحمد لله كيف؟
الحمد لله كله تمام معك؟ شو
اخبارك؟ يعني كله تمام الحمد لله كيف انت؟
والله الحمد لله. كيف الأسرة؟
يعني الشغل بس يعني وين انت حسا؟ وين؟
أنا في Northern California.
والله الكوفيد كيف؟ We're being very rude right now. We should speak English.
You know,
Nah, man.
we got
I love it.
Tony Baker, who his job is to make people feel like, you know, he got an apology from Teddy Riley, a Virginia lady. Do you understand? When Teddy Riley apologizes to you, you pretty much have overcome every obstacle known to man, bro.
That is very true. Yeah, that's it. What else is there to do?
I didn't mean to offend them, man. I didn't want that to happen. I felt terrible.
You went in.
I felt terrible. I was like, oh no.
Hey, don't feel terrible. People are like, hey man, isn't this Tony Baker? Like Tony Baker from All Deaf. What's going on? And I was like, hey bro, Tony Baker's a comedian. That's what he does. Like,
that's what you do. What'd you expect?
He's well connected and well respected.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Taylor take off his shirt when he was interviewing St. John and basically let him know that he had better abs than him.
I'm a sex symbol. I'm a sex symbol. Everybody knows it.
Mashallah, I guess you are.
Mashallah. Yeah, absolutely. You know what's going on.
And there's my nephew, Josh Gonzalez.
Hey man, listen. We need your help, man. We were throwing out some names, bro. Him with D Smoke would be the project that the people need to hear, or at least a track.
Say no more, bro. Just put us all on group text, and I got
Is this all it took? Is this all I had to do?
Just
That's it.
Wow.
you gotta trust God for
friends here,
Freckles, man. It's the Freckles, man. I'll throw my reputation on the line. I don't care. Because I know the money coming. If you're rich, you don't care what people think. I'm like, you're rich. I don't care about that.
All right, that's
All right,
the
brother.
lesson.
I love you, man. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you, bro. Man. Salama, yallah.
Yeah.
And tell Josh to minimize his time on Twitch because it's cutting into our friendship. I just want to point
Oh,
Oh man, I'm trying to play some video games with my friends every once in a while, man.
Some days I'll be stressing and I need a friend to talk to, and then all I see is like a notification. Josh Gonzalez is on whatever warfare. I don't know.
It's not true.
But yo,
You know I'm here if you need a call, bro.
shouts to Sudan, where my father is originally from.
Wallahi, shukran, alhamdulillah, mashallah, mashallah.
My mom, who has colonizer blood in her, and that's why I'm so light skinned. I apologize. But
Yo, Amir.
alaikum to everybody.
Wa alaikum salam.
To here, put down that ham. Peace.
I love pepperoni. I've been wanting to put down the ham, but goddamn that pepperoni on that pizza though, it just hit different in New York.
Listen, turkey bacon has made great strides over the years, man.
Yeah, but it ain't no pepperoni though.
It's made great strides. It made great advances, bro.
It ain't no pepperoni. So listen, man, we got to get up out of here. We didn't get a chance to listen to the last skit. But I encourage you guys to go and listen to that on your own. I would also encourage you guys to go check out his entire discography, man. From The Good Fight to
The Good Fight.
Oh
That's
man, The
my
Good
album,
Fight.
man.
Let me tell you, one of my favorite songs, not projects, favorite songs is The Goings On.
Oh,
Let me
my
tell you,
man.
that joint.
Thank you. Thank you.
My favorite Oddisee song is Belong to the World. That's my favorite Oddisee song of all time. I wanted to do it as a bonus track in here today. That was my plan until Oddisee, blessed us with his presence. I was like, but Belong to the World? Oh.
Listen, this project right here, The Beauty in All, this is one of the beat projects I was telling you about. I told you he's a producer, makes beats too. Let me tell you something. Hits for days. Press play, walk away type music. And that's what I love, man.
I take the instrumental
Come on, man.
Right side of the bed.
Right side of the bed. Let me tell you, bro. I love that one. The Tangible Dream. That's why I got hit to you from McLean. He put me on the Tangible Dream, and then I found The Beauty in All, and then it just went on, and I went back to Rock Creek Park, and I was like, yo,
the relevancy of You Grew Up on the Iceberg album. The relevancy of that song, today's climate. Come on, man. I can talk about Oddisee all day though.
Like I appreciate y'all. The music I got coming out. This is one EP. I just kind of wanted to bring in something light because it's been 3 years since I did a record, and I didn't want the first record I came out with to be like something full length. Mm-hmm. So this is one of many. There's another one coming in a month, a little bit more than over a month. Then there's a full album after that, and then there's another one after that. And with the cuts that y'all gravitate towards, y'all gonna be happy. I'll just put it to you like that.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Probably be a good time.
Yeah.
Did you feel pressure at all to kind of put this together over the time you did? Or were you just like in a creative mood?
I felt kind of pressured because I had gotten out of my usual routine of make a record in 3 months, promote, tour for 6 months. I was doing that for almost 10 years. So when my daughter was born in 2017, I was burnt out. So I just stopped. And getting out of that rhythm at first was fun. I was like, oh, I get to make music for myself now. I don't have to worry about a deadline. This is great. But then as time went on, I was like, oh, I'm actually out of touch with the comfort I have on making a release that I know people will like, that marriage between art and commerce. And the only way for me to overcome that was to make something in a short amount of time that I wasn't overthinking. And that's what this record was. And the pandemic provided me an opportunity to make something that I was emotionally connected to, that I wanted to and needed to make in a very quick amount of time. And now that that's done, I'm ready to get back to business.
All right, there it is. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna get up out of here so I don't hold you too long, man. Oddisee, if you shoot me your number via Instagram, I'll start that text thread between you, Amir, and I'll let Amir add the smoke in when he feels it's a good time. And man, I'm just hoping for great things. And also, who is Priya Ragu? Priya
Ragu.
Priya, my goodness.
She's amazing, right?
She did that thing on that song. And whoever played that electric guitar at the end,
that's my man Ezekiel. I wrote the lyrics that she's singing in 2014.
Wow.
And I pulled it up and it was like, I want to revamp this because this could fit on this record. Ezekiel played the guitar on it. Original guitar was played by Oliver St. Louis in 2014. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel played on it a couple months ago. I sent the lyrics to Priya. I was like, your voice is going to be perfect on this. I met her a couple years ago on tour. She's from Switzerland originally. She's Sri Lankan from Switzerland.
Sri Lankan, my old manager.
She did the track, sent it back, and we're going to work a lot more. You'll see. We're going to do a lot more.
Nice. Yeah, all right, cool. Any closing thoughts or anything before we get out of here, Tony, Josh? And then obviously I'm going to let you give you all of your social media handles where people can find you, what they can look out for, and what they can expect, man.
All good. A lot more music to come. All Cure out now at Oddisee, Oddisee. Thank y'all for listening. A lot more music to come. Seriously, I'm a massive fan of y'all. So just like, I'm giant geeking right now. Like, me and my wife watch y'all videos at night when our daughter goes to sleep and just die laughing like all the time. I'm sure she's gonna see this and be like, wow. y'all have made my day. I appreciate y'all, man.
Oh man,
you have made our years with the music. So
thanks for least up, man.
We even.
Yeah, it's a mutual respect, man. Like, it's a mutual. I walked in the room and I was like, "Yo, I got Oddisee." They was like, "What? This guy?" I was like, "I know, nigga." I ran back in with the shirt. Was like trying to play it cool. Like, yeah, here goes the shirt. You know.
Oh man. Thank y'all very much, man.
Yeah, man. What's your handle on Instagram for the people that don't know?
Oddisee, Oddisee. Yeah.
All right.
Please follow. I got a lot to share.
Follow, check out the album, stream them, man. Let let's get those streams up. Tony, you got anything coming up you want people to check out? Josh, same thing.
I got these mugs, midnight, unbothered.
Yes.
Go to Sabrina Sis page and order yours. Midnight, he be laid out. Also, I'm making another announcement a little bit later, but I'm gonna hit you up, Oddisee, to ask you to get on it. And also check out Daddy Issues, the podcast, and stay tuned for Tony Baker and Friends. It's coming real soon.
Hold on, man. You got something to drop on every Monday too. Don't forget about your other show.
Monday. Oh, Working Wild. The next episode premieres Saturday tomorrow. the next episode drops. And
Man.
yeah. I'll be forgetting, man. I'm horrible at the drops.
Yeah, man. All right, just shut up.
I got too much going on.
Yeah, Josh, what you got going on, man?
Man, whole bunch of stuff in edit. I got this doc coming out with the Nationals, and Amir was one of the producers on that. We're still locking in a date, but it should be coming out soon. We've been saying soon since the drop, but is what it is. Post-production. That as well as things at Kevin on Stage Studio. We got a podcast called Here's the Thing with that chick Angel and Kevin and I. Pull up on that. We talk about whatever's going on. And randomness. It's a good time.
All right, well, cool, man. Y'all know me every Monday through Thursday. We got Zooming with the homies. Every Tuesday, we film Damn Internet You Scary. We air it on Thursday, so only our Patreon see it on Tuesdays. Join our Patreon, Damn Internet You Scary. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of events with our people, meet and greets. We do watch parties. We do tongue twisters, chit-chat material. It's a lot of benefits to being part of the Patreon. Every Wednesday is a new episode of Wording Is Hard. This past week, we had Teddy Ray on there. Hilarious episode. You guys are missing out if you're not treating yourself. And every Friday we do Best Silent Listening Party, where you never know, the artist might pop up. We got the amazing Oddisee in the building right now, man. Super blessed and just privileged to have this brother here, man, who makes amazing music for you to vibe to, not only on a lyrical level, but on the beat level, just amazing vibe music for you to ride out to as well. Brother, can't thank you enough for stopping by. Make sure you guys check him out on Instagram and all the social streaming and just musical streaming sites as well. Oddisee. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
And let me turn the stream out.